What's up, YouTube? Team Movies here. Now, I just pretty much finished all episodes of Hulu's hit series, Lions of Feather. Now, the first season of Lions of Feather, I thought was a pretty interesting horror series. It was pretty much about like these five high school girls who, was playing who was playing the game of Lions of Feather, and you know, uh, like the game also ends up turning pretty much very deadly when there's like a curse that causes death predictions, and it pretty much causes the death of a couple of the girls in the first season. And I mean, it was, I guess you could say it's like Final Destination. You know how in Final Destination there's like death predictions? It was kind of in the vein of that. Like, I really got a Final Destination vibe from that. And so when they announced that they were doing a season two, I was a little interested because season one kind of ended like perfectly. Like I didn't even thought season like even need a season two, but hey, I was happy that season two came around because I gotta say season two, while not as good as season one, I thought season two had the promises. I thought it was pretty decent. Like it pretty much kicks off with McKenna played by Liana Liberto, who's like reeling the sorry about that, guys. Anyway, she's like reeling in the aftermath of the first season's tragic events and terrifying finale. And so, like, pretty much, we end up seeing her trying to like come to terms with a reality of the predicament as she like she landed herself in. And so, like, she ends up going to therapy, but seems skeptical about it. And so, like, she ends up reaching out to Violet, and of course, Violet was pretty much one responsible for all the curses that happened in the last season, and so of course she got ended up going to prison for that and all. And so like pretty much, McKenna is like trying to hide and tells her like the only way to like get rid of the curse is to play the deadly Tyler game once again. And so like of course she ends up offering help, and Violet ends up getting pretty much she ends up getting out from faculty because McKenna decides to go to the prison and tell her that they're not going to press charges or anything like that. So there's that, and they also try to reel on McKenna's relationship with her boyfriend from the first season, Trey, played by this actor named Jordan Rodriguez. And so they end up like pretty much end up breaking up at one point because because he pretty much realized that he can't handle it anymore, and so he ends up like pretty much spending with this like a new girl who's also kind of like a rocker and kind of like a musician, just like he is. So like we got a couple of new characters here. I mean, we got one character played by that girl from that Thunderman show, Kara Kasan. Sorry, I can't really pronounce her last name that well, but I thought she was pretty decent. You know, like you also had this actress named Adrienne Ray who plays a character named Perry, who's one of the characters Alex's love interest, and she's also a college student who's like pretty much now a new. She also is being cursed from it as well. So yeah, you got some interesting newer players here, and the cast. I really like the performances by the cast. I mean, this actress named Liana Liberto, I think that's her name. She needs to be a bigger star. I think she's a really tremendous actress. And I've seen her pop up in stuff like Trust. She was also in that nun movie, Novatite. I think she's a really solid young actress, and I thought she was really great here. The one who plays Violet, Haley Ram, I thought was really amazing. I mean, you also had Dylan Sprayberry, who, by the way, Dylan Sprayberry also played like a young Clark Kent in Man of Steel. So for you Man of Steel fans, Dylan Sprayberry is in this. So yeah, there's that. And you also have I mean, you also have Brienne Chijo, who of course plays the character of Alex, who's the tomboy, and she's of course dating that college girl I told you about. And I really liked her storyline. This I thought her storyline was pretty cool, and this also had some interesting death scenes. I mean, it's not like the deaths in Light as a Feather aren't like gruesome, like they aren't gory, nothing like that. This is mainly a TV-14 series, which is kind of like PG. Pretty much TV-14 is PG-13 for TV. So this has like some interesting depths in them. Just they aren't really gory or like if you want to see a movie about like if you want to see watch a series because there's like gory deaths, like you think there's gonna be gory deaths in it or anything like that, you are gonna be a little disappointed. I mean, there is actually one really cool kill that I'm not really gonna mention, but it involves some like a pretty much like a stick in someone's spine. I mean, I'm not gonna go too much details of it because I don't know how many people still haven't seen it yet. But yeah, it was an interesting kill, and like I said, the kills in this are seriously like fun, like give me Final Destination vibes, and yeah, it's a really cool show, and not to mention there is like not 10, there's actually 8 episodes, so there's that. And by the way, there's also like part 2 coming, which is going to premiere in October. Like the ending of Light as a Feather kind of hints at there is going to be another one, and so for anyone who have seen Light as a Feather, to let you know, part 2 of season 2 will be premiering in October, so keep your eye out for that. But yeah, that being said, I really quite enjoy Light as a Feather. I mean, it's season 2 probably isn't as good as season 1, but I still thought it was pretty decent and still pretty creepy. And yeah, I say definitely check it out if you guys haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But anyway, let me lead you guys. Did you guys have a chance to check out season 2 of Light as a Feather? If so, what you like? What you thought of it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? And did you also enjoy the first season of Light as a Feather? And by the way, now I'm probably going to continue doing more TV reviews because I do so many movie reviews. I barely review TV because, to be honest, I always figure that TV is a little harder to review. But I'm going to try, start reviewing more TV from now on, as well as movies. So there's that. But anyway, drop a comment below on what you think of season 2 of Light as a Feather. And are you also looking forward for part 2? And are you hoping we get season 3 as well? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Team Movies signing off.